Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Waiter shot to dead in St. James. A waiter was shot to dead on Crawford Street in Mount Salem, St. James Tuesday morning, police are reporting. The deceased has been identified as 34-year-old Sanjay Rankin from Crawford Street in the parish. It was reported that around 9:45 p.m., residents of Crawford Street heard loud explosions in the area and called the police. Lawmen who rushed to the community reportedly found the body of the now deceased lying motionless on its right side. He was clad in a white on top, blue shorts, and black slippers. Rankin, who had appeared to have multiple gunshot wounds to his head and upper body. Police said while processing the scene, 11 9mm Spence casings were found. No motive has been established for the attack, the police stated. Fisherman on cocaine charges granted $500,000 bail. Fisherman Amos Lee, 37, who is facing several cocaine-related charges, was granted $500,000 bail during an operation before the St. Catherine Parish Court. Lee of Old Burn in Portmore is charged under the Dangerous Drug Act with possession of, dealing in, and conveyance of cocaine. He is to return to court on December 8. It is alleged that about 6 p.m. October 7, members of the Police Narcotics Division were on an operation in Portmore when a car driven by Lee was stopped. During a search of the vehicle, cocaine weighing 3 kilograms was reportedly discovered. The police estimate the value at US $150,000. Lee was arrested and later charged. He is being represented by attorney at law Richard Lynch. Child survivor recalls deadly taxi attack. A youngster who escaped death on Monday evening when a taxi cab he was traveling in came under attack from gunmen, recalling having to duck his head to escape the raining bullets which killed 2 students and an adult male. The child, who was recalling the fear and horror during the attack along the Flower Hill Main Road in St. James, moved several persons within earshot to tears as he relates the ordeal on Tuesday. Among those listening were National Security Minister Dr. Chang, Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson, and other members of the security forces who toured the troubled community. 4 children and 2 adults were traveling in the vehicle, which was transporting students from school, when the car was fired upon by gangsters aiming at a target who was a passenger. The shooting is believed to be linked to the ongoing gang war in the area. 2 students, a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old, were killed in the incident. On Tuesday, a somber atmosphere engulfed the Montego-based school as students, staff, and parents mourned as the Ministry of Education initiated grief counseling. Justin's mother, Althea, had to be taken to the hospital for medical observation and treatment as the grief overcame her. Olivia's mother, Natalie Heaven-Smith, said she would have preferred if it was her life that was taken by the murderers instead. Both boys are the youngest in their families. The women have mothered other children who have gone to the teenage and adulthood stages and were just enjoying time with their wash bellies. Heaven-Smith, acting principal at primary school, revealed that she has been crying non-stop since she learned of her son's death. She said that while she had no vengeance in her heart, she knows that the killer's days will be bitter. They are going to beg for mercy, and mercy not going to answer them. The same way me stay up last night and couldn't sleep is the same way them never sleep, she cried, wondering aloud how she would find the strength to attend Clovis' funeral and lay him to rest. Heaven-Smith believes her son gave her a sign on Monday when he didn't eat before going to school. He was probably fasting for his death because he kept saying he was not hungry, she muttered. Olivia was one of the most well-behaved children at his school, and just as his mother cried as she remembered him, so too did his classmates. For Althea, the tragedy was just as devastating as she recalled how she begged the driver not to pass her home with her son, owing to the gang war that has erupted between gangsters in Salt Spring and Flower Hill. The driver didn't listen, said the mother of 3, her other children being 17 years old and 20 years old. For too much on Tuesday, Althea was in a state of shock, seemingly in a trance and barely able to speak. Senior Superintendent of Police Vernon Ellis, head of the St. James Police Division, has offered the Jamaica Constabulary Force chaplaincy to provide counseling to the family, which he admitted is not normal, but very necessary owing to the extraordinary circumstances. He said that the police would assist the families in getting the postmortems done. This is a partnership. As they go through this current state in their lives, we are going to identify a liaison officer that will provide communication between them and the police department, Ellis stated. Opposition says Zozo would have been better in reaction to SOE declared in St. James. Opposition leader Mark Golding says while he understands the need to respond strongly to Monday's triple murder in St. James, he believes a zone of special operations Zozo would be the better option. He was responding to the declaration of a state of public emergency by Prime Minister Andrew Holness on Wednesday morning. Mr. Golding, who was on tour in southern St. James, says social interventions are also needed.
Yes, so this morning we learned that there's a state of emergency declared for the entire parish of St. James. This is a strategy that the government has been relying on for the last 5 years. We don't think it's a valid strategy. That's why we're testing it in court. We understand the need to respond very strongly to what happened in Salt Spring community, and I want to extend condolences to the parents and family of the 2 young boys who were killed in that awful incident. The zones of special operations are something that we support, in appropriate cases, and we feel that that would be the right mechanism to deploy here. The states of emergency, as you know, we do not think that they can be validly used as a policing tool. And they haven't worked because the crime problem in the country continues. What we need is social interventions to redirect youth at risk away from crime, and we need serious strategies for law enforcement to ensure that hardened criminals, violence producers are effectively addressed and cases are built that can hold them accountable and ultimately put them behind bars for long periods of time. And we're committed to that balanced strategy.
Chang promises swift action in bringing schoolboys killers to justice. Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang has vowed to mobilize all available resources to bring to justice the perpetrators responsible for the shooting death of 2 primary school boys in Flower Hill, St. James on Monday. The boys, 7-year-old Justin Perry and 9-year-old Nicole Smith of Salt Spring in the parish, were killed after the taxi in which they were traveling was shot up by gunmen. Tevin Hale, 26, was also in the taxi and is believed to have been the target of the attack, was also killed. Minister Chang, accompanied by high-ranking law enforcement officials, including Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson and head of the Area 1 Police Assistant Commissioner ACP Clifford Chambers, visited the grieving parents of the young victims to offer his condolences and assurance of swift action. The minister also stopped at the Shetwood Memorial Primary School, which the boys attended, where he met with the school principal Gavin Atkinson. Speaking with journalists, Dr. Chang condemned the killing, noting that the assailants, whom he labeled as terrorists, showed no mercy and must be dealt with decisively and severely. This kind of criminal activity and brutality cannot in any way be countenanced by any element of government or security forces, and we must mobilize all resources and all possible legislation to hunt them down, to find them, to apprehend them, he stated. Noting that the tragic incident appears to be linked to a prior killing in Flower Hill, Dr. Chang said the flare-up of violence has shook the community, which had made strides in the fostering of a safe environment through collaborative efforts between the police and the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF. He pledged that if effort will be made to find the criminals, get them out of the community and restore quiet and safety in Salt Spring. I want to assure the parents of the students at Shetwood Primary School and Salt Spring Primary and the teachers who are doing outstanding work at both schools that we are going to make every effort to create a safe space for them to operate in, he stated. For his part, Commissioner Anderson said the police have been following good leads, adding that the Jamaica Constabulary Force remains resolute in ensuring the safety and security of the citizens of St. James. We will do what is necessary to protect the people of St. James. If criminals are going to open up automatic weapons on children, then we have to respond as necessary to make sure that doesn't continue, he stated. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification